Tennessee Titans.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Brooklyn Barons. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer. And the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
A terrific athlete, started at wide receiver before becoming the starting quarterback at Texas A&M, and also took his studies pretty seriously as well. He was a biology major at Texas A&M, planned to become an orthopedic surgeon, but being the 8th pick in the NFL draft, that paid just a little bit better.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. He's going deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And it's caught on the right side at Smith. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
31-yard line.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 16. Tannehill, short throw to Smith. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
On the play. But it's third down.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And the Titans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
At the 4-yard line. A pickup of 2. Brings up.
They'll give Henry another shot. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
He was
trying to finish off this opening drive. From the 3, this is third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown run from Darrington Evans. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and 3rd pick in the 2018 draft.
I remember talking with a scout about him, and he said, you know, I love the fact that he was a high school basketball player. He does so many things with his legs to keep plays alive. He did the same thing as a basketball player, kind of a point guard, knows where the ball's supposed to go, and knows how to deliver it to the open man.
Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
A pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Off of play action, Darnold. Going left side, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
4 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Brought down at
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Hunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Carrier.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
I don't think there could have been a better pocket for him to throw from, yet he never got rid of the football, and it goes down as a sack.
I mean, he had time to build a campfire back there. He still couldn't get rid of it.
I'll bring the s'mores next time.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Adoree Jackson deep for Tennessee. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
A.J. Brown, the ball carrier. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
from the 22, Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Titans.
First down carry for Henry. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Derrick Henry, the ball
The
carrier.
last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Receiver.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He finds Humphries. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 31 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 31 yards. And the Titans first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Titans 7, Barons nothing.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Evans. He will push his way down to about the 14. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's going to be caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Evans. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Short of the goal line.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the gun, it's McDonald. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. From a yard out. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the results in the end, a Titans touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit. 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. And you got caught in between and created a foul.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First down, Morgan with it. He's got this one completed to Mills. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Off of a play fake, here's Morgan.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
On the carry.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Throwing from the gun is Morgan. They're able to connect with Berrios. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Morgan. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Here's Matthew McCrane now for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. 39-yard attempt. McCrane's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
The score, Titans 14, Barons 3.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
1st and 10 at their own 28.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Sacked. A loss of 2 yards.
He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, McDonald. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for this with Evans. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. It's a gain of 4, and it gets them to first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On 1st and 10, McDonald. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. McDonald. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Titans on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll run on first down with Evans. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. On the draw, it's Evans. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Blake Cashman on the tackle. A 5-yard pickup on
operating from the gun. McDonald. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Titans 14, Barons 3.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Morgan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
On the ground and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Morgan going to throw again. And it's caught. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Now Morgan operating from the gun. That's caught. Touchdown. Denzel Mims there to make the grab. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Matthew McCrane on for the PAT. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
Aaron's 10.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. McDonald. That's complete to Darrington Evans, the running back. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, McDonald on the move, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
McDonald sacked.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Operating from the gun. McDonald firing quickly here, and that's complete.
McDonald.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, McDonald rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Going to be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. 3 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started. Less than 1 month from tonight. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Ashley Davis on the return. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
At the 30-yard line.
Following throwing the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Morgan able to connect to Mims. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 40.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Down at the 45-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Morgan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun. Morgan over the middle, caught by Mims. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
6-yard line.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40.
Another carry.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
40-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Morgan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
To throw is Morgan from the gun on 3rd down. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
They got the lead here in the second half. That's the last penalty you want to commit.
And they were getting the ball. Why are you going after the punter there? Just take the football and keep going.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Throwing now is Morgan. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch.
Morgan.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Wesco. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Morgan caught by his tight end Wesco. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Brought down right at the line.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead.
Oh, this is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
McCrane on for the extra point.
Point after.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Gain of 9 yards. And the Titans first down.
Throwing is McDonald. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the ground, it's Evans. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 3, second down.
At the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
operating from the gun. McDonald. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A loss of 4 yards.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's McDonald to throw. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Morgan looks to throw it. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Complete.
Morgan's pass.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald going to throw right side here. Complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarter.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Hassan Ridgeway breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Morgan will get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
the carry.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Ashton Davis. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
a gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Morgan, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Good. 4.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in.
First and goal.
And we'll check out the call.
Offense.
Well, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for 1st and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And it's caught. Touchdown. Denzel Mims, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Here's McCray now to add the extra point. And then his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
Barons 24. Titans 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Now a dump off here complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And the Titans 1st down.
McDonald. And a catch right side by Evans. No gain, and it's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and
Operating from the gun. McDonald forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, McDonald. And a reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Tennessee.
Operating from the gun, McDonald. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And the Titans first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's
To throw on third down. McDonald into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
McCrane on for the extra point.
point after.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Throwing after the interception. McDonald. That's complete to his running back, Dawkins.
McDonald.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the
McDonald sets to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side.
McDonald's pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They have the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone and the frustration.
And for the third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brought down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Delayed game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
A handoff as they run the counter play. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big 2nd half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major